Hey everyone, welcome to Adventures in Everyday Cooking, where every day can be an adventure in your kitchen. My name is Heather, and today's adventure is with my sous vide machine again from Anova. Now, this precision cooker has been amazing. I have done so many things with it. You may have caught my Thanksgiving turkey. Yeah, we did a turkey in it. The skin was not very appetizing, but the bird was amazing. We have done so much with this method. It has been amazing. Now, I know a lot of you are like, I don't really want to invest in another gadget, but this next recipe may tip the scales and you may be getting yourself a precision cooker, because we're gonna make creme brulee in just 1 hour. Say, what? It's true. 1 hour, we're gonna have creme brulee. We're gonna need to put it in the refrigerator for 3 or 4 hours afterwards, but it will cook in 1 hour and it's gonna be amazing. At least I hope so. I've never done this, but they say this creme brulee is foolproof. I can't wait. Are you ready for this adventure? Let's go. Okay, I am so excited about this recipe. I cannot wait to taste it because I haven't tasted this yet. This is why we're adventuring in this together, and in the sous vide. I can hardly stand it. All right, you ready for this? First, we're going to put in our egg yolks. Now, all of the recipe totals will be in the info of this video, or you can find them on my website at www.adventuresineverydaycooking.com, like always. So I'm actually doubling the recipe so that I can do 6 this size containers. The original recipe was only for 6 teeny tiny ones, so I'm doubling it because nobody wants just a teeny tiny bit of creme brulee. I mean, maybe, but that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for the real deal. Okay, so our eggs are going in along with vanilla, some table salt, and some sugar. And we're just going to whisk this up until smooth. And that's just gonna take about a minute. Now, if you were doing this at home and not in front of a microphone, you would go ahead and get your machine warming the water. But because that makes a very high-pitched whir in my microphone, I'm going to prevent turning it on until the last minute. I did pre-warm the water though, just so it would come up to temperature kind of quicker. All right, look at that. Now we're going to add our heavy cream. Now here is where it's really up to you. We're gonna use a combination of heavy cream and half, because I didn't want all of the fat, but if you love all that fat in that creme brulee, which it's gonna be amazing, you use heavy cream all the way. So use your heavy cream, pour it in, you're good. I don't know if you can use just regular milk, so you'd have to Google that yourself, but I know you can use half and cream as a mixture, and that's what I'm going to do. So we're just gonna get all of our milk into our bowl, and we're gonna give that a good mix. All right, now that that's all mixed together, we're going to strain the mixture into another bowl. So I have my little strainer here, and the reason you want to strain it is because sometimes that egg doesn't there's a little bit of a stringy bit that you definitely don't want in your eggs, because that will just taste like scrambled eggs. And as you can see here, see all of that left in the bowl there? That is what we want to definitely strain out, because those little globules will really just turn into scrambled eggs. Yuck. I love scrambled eggs, but not in my creme brulee. All right, next we are just going to fill our containers, and we want to leave about 1/2 inch headspace. Well, double the recipe makes 7. Not 6. That's good info. All right, and now we're just going to tap lightly on the counter a couple times and get some of those bubbles to come up. Do you see? I don't know if you can see them in the close camera, but as we tap, so see that bubble right there? Let's see there. See that bubble? We tap a few times and it makes the bubbles pop. So let's tap these. Get all of our bubbles to pop. And once you think all of the bubbles have been popped, you are going to get the lids on and get them right into your water, and then get your sous vide machine started. All right, now use a pair of tongs, or even if you can, put your canning jars, get your canning jar lifter, and we're gonna put these right into the water. We're gonna move this over just a little bit so that it's not touching the side of the jar. So if you're familiar with the Anova app, this is what it looks like when you turn it on. And we're actually gonna go ahead and look for a creme brulee recipe because they already have it in there. That is totally fine. So here we have Sous Vide Creme Brûlée. It says 176 for 1 hour. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on that. Gonna click cook this recipe, and I'm going to start the Anova. All right, now that this is started, it will heat up to 176, and once it reaches that temperature, the timer will start. After an hour, it will go off. I'll be notified on my phone. I am going to take out all of them from the water, and I'm going to let them cool at room temperature for about 30 minutes to an hour. After that, they're going to go into the refrigerator for 3 or 4 hours. At that point, I will be back to open them up, show you the results, and we're going to brulee the top with one of these handy dandy torches. So I know it will be just a second for you, but I'll be back in about 4 or 5 hours. All right, see you then. Okay, we are back and I am ready to take a gander at this recipe, or how it turned out, because I have no idea. So we will take the lids off, and oh my goodness, can you see that in there? Wow, that looks fantastic. Okay, so here is what we're going to do. We are going to brulee these. So bruleeing is basically putting sugar on the top of this, and then we're gonna use a little blowtorch to melt that sugar down and make a hard crust so that whenever you break into it, it's that traditional kind of crack. It's really delicious. Now I'm gonna show you 3 ways to do it. Actually, I'm gonna show you 4 ways to do it because most people don't have a kitchen torch. I mean, I understand that. So we're gonna actually do it in the oven under the broiler. So I have my little pan here, but we're gonna use demerara sugar, and we're gonna use just regular white sugar that you can get at the grocery store anywhere. So what we're gonna wanna do first is we're gonna wanna take about a teaspoon per jar, and we're going to sprinkle it all over the top of our creme brulee. All right, and now we're going to brulee it, and that basically means that we are going to warm the sugar up until it melts. So let's turn on our little torch here, and here we go. You ready? And I don't want to burn the sugar, so I'm going to give it a second, let it cool off, and then do it again. Perfect. Look at that. Okay, so we're gonna set that one aside. So that one is the one with just pure sugar. So now we're gonna use the demerara sugar. Look at that, looks beautiful. And we're gonna do the same thing. The reason I'm doing both is because sometimes demerara is what you traditionally use on top of the creme brulee, but sometimes you can't find demerara, and so I just wanted to show you that indeed regular sugar will work just fine. Voila! And there we have. There is brulee number 2. Okay, so now let's do it in the oven. So what we're going to do is we are going to remove the lids from these 2 jars, and it's important that you take these out early from the refrigerator before you get them under the broiler, because the difference between the cold of these and the broiler sometimes is shocking and they can crack. But they've been out for a little while now, so they should be okay. So we're gonna do the demerara on the top of one and the sugar on the top of the other. And there you go. So now I'm going to turn my oven on broil and get these under as close as possible. I'm gonna check them at 3 minutes and then pull them at about 5 minutes if I think they're bruleed enough. But it will take anywhere from 3 to 5 depending on how far up your rack goes. So I'm gonna get these in the broiler and then I'll be back in about 5 minutes. All right, the ones from the oven are out. And as you can see here, this was the regular sugar one and this was the demerara sugar one. They took a little bit longer than 5 minutes, but I don't know if you can hear that. They did get hard. The coloring isn't quite as pleasant as these ones are, but they work if you don't have a butane torch. So another thing I wanted to show you is that there is a possibility that you will burn your brulee when you are doing it. If that happens, and this is small amounts, you know, in your jars, you can just lift it right off. So I'm gonna show you how to lift it off. Dink. So lift it off. So we'll just put that on the tray over here, and then you can just start again. So if it happens to you, and it just might, you can totally just start again, try it again until you get it perfect. And be careful not to burn it again. Perfect. All right, so let's dig into these now. I'm gonna go ahead and dig into this one right here because that's the one that has been calling my name. And I'm gonna bring it close to this close camera right there so that you can see me crack through that top. Okay, here we go. Look at that. Perfect. All right, cracked through. Now time to taste this beautiful, beautiful custard. That's good right there. What's brilliant about this method is that there is no danger of curdling your custard. Instead, you have smooth, rich, beautiful creme brulee with no work, no stress, no hassle. The Anova precision cooker did the whole thing for us. Isn't that cool? That is so good. Okay, I'm gonna get off here and go serve my family because they have been hankering for some creme brulee since I said I was gonna do it. If you enjoyed that video, give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I do videos several times a week, and I'm always looking for the next adventure. So, if you've got one for me, you have an idea, leave it in the comments below. Otherwise, I will see you on the next one after I eat all of the creme brulee. Because man, this is good stuff. You have got to try it. All right, you guys. Bye.